Welcome back to the Royal Sussex Squad, your trusted home for truth, clarity and unapologetic support for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. While the tabloids are busy pushing recycled narratives and the royal machinery plays its usual games, we're here to shine a light on what's really going on behind those perfectly polished public displays. And trust me, today's episode is a prime example of how the royal family uses performative gestures and PR theatre to send not-so-subtle messages to the public and to Harry and Meghan themselves. So let's talk about this latest royal stunt. King Charles and Queen Camilla's very public presentation of a special birthday gift to none other than David Beckham, a man who, let's not forget, once shared a close friendship with Prince Harry. The King and Queen presented Beckham with what they called the King's Rose at the Chelsea Flower Show. Sounds innocent, right? A nice gesture for his 50th birthday? Well, on the surface, maybe. But the timing couldn't be more transparent. This wasn't just about flowers. This was a royal message, neatly wrapped in petals and plastered all over the press. Because just days before this public display, reports began circulating that Harry and Meghan had dinner in California with Brooklyn Beckham and his wife, Nicola Peltz. And we're not talking about some casual dinner either. Sources say it was a deep, supportive meeting. A meeting where Harry offered Brooklyn his unwavering support as the young couple navigates their own complicated family dynamics. And here's where it gets even more interesting, and frankly a bit disturbing. Brooklyn Beckham, the son of David and Victoria, did not attend any of his father's birthday celebrations this month. Not one. And just like that, stories start pouring in about Harry being there for Brooklyn, Meghan and Nicola bonding over shared experiences, and how both women have been unfairly labelled and dragged through the mud by the media. Sound familiar? Meghan and Nicola reportedly had what was described as a deep and meaningful conversation. And let's be honest, they have a lot in common. Both have been vilified. Both have been painted as the root of all family drama. Both have been falsely accused of breaking up tight-knit families. All because they had the nerve to speak their minds, love freely, and not conform to the outdated expectations forced upon them. Now, fast forward to this very public royal gesture. King Charles, a man who has barely acknowledged his own son publicly in recent months, goes out of his way to honour David Beckham in front of cameras, crowds and reporters. "You got it, didn't you?" he asks Beckham about the gift, who replies, "It was incredible. Thank you. It was very kind." Very kind or very calculated? Queen Camilla joins in, smiling and saying, "Glad you got the roses." It's all smiles and charm on the surface, but underneath, it's a passive-aggressive move, plain and simple. A staged signal saying loud and clear, we support the Beckhams, and by extension, we don't support those who challenge us. Let's not forget, the fallout between the Sussexes and the Beckhams wasn't minor. It wasn't a misunderstanding. Harry and Meghan reportedly confronted David and Victoria after learning the couple had allegedly leaked stories about them to the press. David, sources say, was absolutely furious at the accusation. But whether the accusations were true or not, the damage was done. The friendship ended. Trust was broken. So why now? Why roll out the red carpet for David Beckham all of a sudden? Because Harry and Meghan dared to show empathy. Because they dared to build bridges with people who are questioning the toxic structures that so many are still blindly defending. And the royal family doesn't like that. They don't like seeing Harry and Meghan connecting with the next generation, with people like Brooklyn and Nicola who see through the facade. And to drive the point home, guess what happens next? Catherine, the Princess of Wales, steps out wearing a Victoria Beckham dress, as if to say, "We've picked a side." It's petty, it's performative. And yet the press applauds it, while dragging Meghan for daring to wear a neutral colour, or, heaven forbid, looking confident in public. This is the double standard in action. Harry and Meghan, meanwhile, are simply living their lives. They're not putting on a show. They're not leaking press briefings or sending secret signals through clothing and flowers. They're supporting others who have been hurt by the same toxic, fame-obsessed systems. They're choosing compassion, privacy and purpose, while the firm continues playing the same tired media games. And the media? They're eating it up. running with every orchestrated royal moment like it's gospel, while questioning Harry and Meghan's every move, even when it's off the record, even when it's just dinner with friends. This is how the narrative is twisted. This is how power maintains control, through symbols, manipulation, and erasure of anything that challenges the monarchy's polished illusion. But you know what? The illusion is cracking, because more and more people are waking up to these games. More people are starting to see through the carefully choreographed media coverage and realizing who's really standing up for truth, healing, and growth. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have shown the world that you can walk away from toxic systems. You can protect your family and speak out, even when the odds are stacked against you, and you can find strength by building new communities, ones rooted in mutual support and honesty. So let the royal family hand out roses, let them play dress up and choose sides, because while they're busy performing loyalty for the cameras, Harry and Meghan are out here doing the real work, healing, connecting, and staying true to their values. That's why we're here. That's why the Royal Sussex Squad exists. To cut through the noise, challenge the spin, and remind the world who the real leaders are. And if you believe in this mission, if you're here to support Harry and Meghan, to call out the double standards and to lift up voices that deserve better, then make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Don't forget to leave a super thanks if you're feeling generous. It keeps this platform alive and helps us keep telling the truth that mainstream media refuses to touch. Together, we are stronger. Together, we are louder. And together, we will not be silenced. Thanks for standing with us. Thanks for standing with Harry and Meghan. And thank you for being part of the Royal Sussex Squad. Until next time, stay bold, stay smart, and stay loyal. The British royal family rarely acts without careful thought. Their public relations are a masterclass in messaging. We must look closely to understand the undercurrents. The central players, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, remain pivotal. Their departure from royal duties continues to send ripples. They sought a life away from the relentless British media. This independence has come at a considerable cost. The palace, in turn, must manage its own image. Every action taken by the Sussexes prompts a reaction. These reactions are often subtle, yet deeply strategic. It is a constant dance of influence and narrative control. The royal family's public relations gestures are fascinating. They are designed to project stability and continuity. Join me as we unpack these complex interactions. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made a bold decision. They chose to step back from senior royal roles. They desired a different kind of existence. They wanted freedom from the intense public scrutiny. They sought to protect their young family. This pursuit of autonomy has defined their recent years. Their journey is one of self-determination. In stepping away, they also sought to control their own story. For too long, others had defined them. Harry and Meghan used interviews to share their truth. Their documentary series offered their perspective. The Archewell Foundation became their platform for change. Their story is more than just a family drama. Recently, King Charles III and Queen Camilla made a notable presentation. They bestowed a special gift upon David Beckham. This occurred at a rather public and prestigious event. The King's presence lent significant weight to the moment. Beckham, a global icon, received this honour. It was a carefully orchestrated piece of royal theatre. The gift itself was likely imbued with meaning. It was a public affirmation of a valued relationship. David Beckham has long enjoyed good relations with the royals. This presentation served to reinforce that bond. The timing of such gestures is rarely accidental. Aligning the monarchy with a popular figure like Beckham is astute. It projects an image of unity and shared values. Contrast the King's formal gesture with the quieter event. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were seen dining out. Their companions were Brooklyn Beckham and his wife Nicola. This took place in California, their new home base. The setting was more relaxed, less ceremonial. It represented a different kind of interaction altogether. This was not a state occasion but a private meal, yet it still attracted considerable media attention. The dinner immediately sparked speculation, as these things do. Was this a sign of shifting allegiances within the Beckham clan? Or was it simply a friendly gathering? Harry and Meghan are building their own social circle. This circle is distinct from their former royal life. This dinner seemed to underscore that separation. It spoke of new beginnings and fresh alliances. Section 5. Symbolism and Strategy, the Unspoken Royal Language. The King's gift to David Beckham was rich in symbolism. It was a public display of approval and appreciation. It sent a clear message of who the Crown values. It reinforced the idea of loyalty to the institution. Such gestures are designed to bolster the monarchy's image. They connect the Crown with respected public figures. This creates a narrative of unity and national pride. Consider also the settings for royal engagements. The Chelsea Flower Show is a prime example. Royal appearances there are carefully managed. Even clothing choices carry subtle messages. Section 6. Media's mighty pen-crafting perceptions, cementing divides. The media plays an undeniably powerful role in royal narratives. British newspapers in particular wield enormous influence. Their headlines can shape public opinion almost overnight. They construct stories that resonate for better or worse. The royal family has a long and complex relationship with the press. It is a relationship of both necessity and tension. The media can be a powerful ally or a formidable foe. Harry and Meghan have often faced intensely negative coverage. This contrasts sharply with the treatment of other royals. Activities that earn praise for one might draw criticism for another. This disparity has been a consistent theme. Section 7. Sisterhood in the Spotlight, Meghan and Nicola's Shared Path. The friendship between Meghan Markle and Nicola Beckham is noteworthy. It appears to be more than a superficial celebrity connection. These two women share certain unique experiences. This shared understanding can forge strong bonds. Nicola married into the very famous Beckham family. Meghan, of course, married into the royal family. Both transitions brought intense global scrutiny. This is not an easy path for anyone. Both women have faced their share of media vilification. They have been subjected to harsh criticism and public judgment. This often comes with marrying into prominent families. Section 8. Authenticity's Edge, the Sussexes versus the Crown's performance. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle often champion authenticity. Their public engagements frequently involve personal testimony. They speak directly about causes close to their hearts. They aim to connect with people on a human level. This approach can be powerful and deeply affecting. It sometimes means being vulnerable and open. This contrasts with more traditional royal duties. Their style feels more immediate and less filtered. They seem to strive for genuine connection. This may sometimes appear unpolished compared to choreographed royal events. However, it resonates with many who crave sincerity. Their advocacy feels driven by personal conviction. Section 9. Beyond the Headlines, the Quest for Truth and Healing. The royal narrative is undeniably complex and multi-layered. Personal relationships intertwine with institutional demands. Media interpretations add yet another layer of complexity. It is a situation ripe for misunderstanding and misrepresentation. Untangling the various threads requires careful consideration. There are few simple answers in this ongoing saga. The truth often lies somewhere in the middle. We must always look deeper. It is crucial to seek truth beyond the sensational headlines. We must engage in critical thinking when consuming royal news. Not everything reported is the full picture. Agendas and biases can shape the stories we read.